running smooth, watching every trip, our ends on the floor, running codes and more. It's life, we're rocking it all day. Living lives, we make it look like play. From the floor to the ICU, we get the care, we've got the crew. It's life, watch us shine. One patient at a time. Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Nicole from thenursestyles.com. I love this song, Nurse Life, the anthem, the album by Nurse Nina Stevenson. So I encourage y'all to check her out. It's on YouTube and it's on Apple. Nurse Life, the album, the anthem. So I don't take credit for it. I want to just share with you. I really love this song. So sometimes I want to play it. And, today was a day. So I hope y'all check out Nurse Nina. She is on YouTube. She is on Apple Music. Okay. How's everyone doing out there today? I hope great, having a good day. My co-host is Corey. How are you doing today, Corey? Excited. Looking forward to the holiday. Okay. I'm taking a couple of days off at least 2 days off. Oh my gosh, Nurse Nina is here. Hold on, let me see. Can I invite her? I'm gonna send her an invitation. It popped up. Oh my gosh, Nurse Nina, are you here? Nurse Nina. Oh my gosh, hold on. You know what? I gotta turn up my volume on each one of these. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Can I get the volume up? There it goes. I am so sorry. How are you, honey?
Good. How are you, Dr. Nicole?
You heard me rocking the song?
Yes.
I love the song. And I said, oh my gosh, let me just make sure I give you credit every time. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I'm trying to wrap up this Christmas album and get it out tonight.
Okay, great. Look, I'm going live. I have live TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm also StreamYarding. Okay.
I love StreamYard. Yes. I'm trying to switch my webinar to that, but my partner doesn't want me to, so
okay.
But yeah, I like StreamYard. So what are we talking about today?
Girl, I'm so glad you chimed in. Oh my gosh, girl. These nurses in the news, we got to get this popping. Got to get, start talking about it. I was just saying, one day I want to talk to Nurse Nina. And I turned it on and you're here. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go over this. I hope you got some time today for me.
Yeah, I do. I'm just sitting here right now.
Okay, good. All right. Well, let's start out with something easy. I'm hoping this is a little bit easy. Okay. I got a co-host, Corey. Say hi, Corey.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Nina. Nurse Nina. Sí, muy español, muy poquito.
Now, I took 5 years of Spanish. I can write it. Okay. That's how I passed. That's how I passed it. I can write it. Okay, speaking was a little weak for me. But anyway, thank y'all for sharing. You want to go first, Nina? Nurse Nina? Go ahead.
I think it's going to significantly affect us. For one, I'm just speaking from my experience. Most people who go on that route, they go in steps. They go from associate degree to master's, bachelor's, and they look forward to getting that nurse practitioner. They look forward to getting, leveling up. And this is really going to discourage them, one, from wanting to go back to school. We need professional nurse levels everywhere, but especially in the rural areas. So it's going to definitely impact patient care because, like, even me as a nurse, I get so excited when I see somebody that look like me that's going to come and take care of me. So if people like us are second guessing and like, well, I'm not going to go get that master's now. I'm not going to go get that NP now because I know I can't afford it. They're not even going to think about it. They're not going to think about scholarships or alternative loans or trying to raise the money. They're just not going to do it. So it's going to be a huge, I don't know. It breaks my heart to tell you the truth that we're looked, and it makes us look non-professional, right? We look down upon our own self because of that. I don't know. I don't like it.
If you let me tell me about what I know you're nursing. What give me all of your credentials so we'll know.
So I'm in nursing. My specialty right now, I'm in artificial intelligence. So I train other nurses how to get into the AI field. I help small businesses, large companies, hospitals integrate AI tools, mostly third-party tools, into like Epic and Cerner, things of that sort. Help them learn how to speak to the artificial intelligence software. So that's mostly what I do. And I work at night sometimes as a rehab nurse also for Kaiser Permanente. I've been there for 13 years.
Okay.
And I have my own nursing school.
Okay. Yes. Now I know you have the nursing school. You help CNAs who have how many years of experience go to LPN?
The CNAs have to have 4 years work experience, and I do a Method 3 process where I help them use their work experience to become a California LVN license, and I help them, move on from that and go get their RN. Typically, they can do this in 12 months.
Wow. Okay. I like that. So my question is, okay, did you start out as a CNA or an aide? Okay. And then you went to, after CNA, where did you go?
I did CNA. I challenged the board, got my LVN. And then I did an LVN to RN program. And now I'm in a master's education program, which I was considering doing the NP. And now I'm like, I'm still going to do it. Because
still do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm encouraging you. You may take longer. You may have to, make some payments on it. But you still need that master's prepared nurse. Okay. Yes, so let me tell you, I started in the military at a hospital unit. I missed the LPN point range by, I think, 4 points. The score. So I couldn't become an LPN. So I ended up becoming a chaplain assistant. But I had doctors and nurses all around me, and all of our commanders were doctors. So I was at a hospital unit. It was 56 Station Hospital, which is across the street from McGuire Veterans Hospital here in Richmond, Virginia. Now, after that, I worked as an aide with some of the local agencies. And then after that, I did get into RN school. Back in those days, it was really hard. I applied to 4 different schools. I got accepted into 2. The hospital was a 3-year diploma program. And then I got an associate program, but that was way out in the country. So I went to, and that was a 2-year program. So I did the 2-year program. And then I stayed out 1 year because I tried to go back to school and it was just too much. So I stayed out 1 year, and then I went back and got my RN to BSN. Then I tried to do the MP program. That was too much. I was tired. So I took 10 years off, went back and started getting my master's. After I had my children, I decided I did not want to spend time at the hospital on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's anymore. So I went back, got my master's degree from University of Phoenix in 11 months. And then after that, I taught school for 4 or 5 years. And then I went back for my doctorate when I was at Virginia State, teaching at Virginia State University. Because everybody there is doctor, so I was at a university. So I really wanted to go back and, do something with my nursing. So that's how I started out, Now, I will say that the military paid for my associates and my bachelor's degree. Now, I had to pay out of pocket for my master's, and I went to University of Phoenix for 11 months, and it was $25,000, and that was back in 2005, 2006. So I think I graduated 2007. So because we moved to Florida in 2005, so I started in 2006, and then I graduated 2007, and I stayed there until 2010. I was teaching nursing at a community college, and they were fully accredited. So then I came to Virginia, to Virginia State University. And after I was there I got started in August, and I got into a DNP program in December. So I was like, I want to keep it moving. But I would like to say my master's only cost 25,000. My DNP, which took 5 years, my student loan was $120,000 after I finished. Okay. So and I didn't have any student loan for my associates or my bachelor's. So, that is a huge jump on it. Do you have any student loan debt, or are you accruing any?
I don't have any yet.
Because it's,
luckily all the jobs that I've worked, and then with my new career, I'm making a lot more money now. All the jobs I've worked, I've been able to get tuition reimbursement and stuff like that.
At the hospital. Yeah, that was good too. Okay. So I think that I'm hoping maybe, just maybe, I know there is a school that you can get your BSN for $11K. I can't think of the name of it. It's like they keep advertising for $11K. You can get your RN to BSN. It's really supposed to be inexpensive. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, some of these schools might combine some credits. It may be lower. It will cost less. Some of those things may happen where nurses will be able to, go back to school still. Because I don't know if you know this, I taught nursing. I taught at ECPI, Bryan and Stratton. I've taught at Polk State College in Florida, and I've taught at Virginia State University.
Oh, no, I didn't know that, Bryan and Stratton. Oh, look at you. I love it.
So I had to, but to be able to open an associate program, you have to have a master's degree, or somebody has to sign for your program. It depends on what state you're at. Now, to start a baccalaureate program, 50% of the staff has to be at a doctoral level, and all the faculty have to have a master's in nursing. Okay. Very rarely do they hire somebody with a BSN to teach nursing at a baccalaureate level, because you have to, they can hire you, but you'll be doing like the lab, and you have to be pursuing your master's. But to be able to teach, you have to be at a master's level in nursing, and you have to have 50% of your faculty for a BSN, master's, or a doctoral program has to be at a doctoral level. So, I mean, we're at a crisis with, students having to wait to get into nursing programs, and it's really bad. So how are we going to do that when the faculty has less opportunity to be educated? And in addition to that, they also, we have such a shortage. And when you become a faculty member, I was a travel nurse when I went to Florida. I was making $98,000 as a travel nurse. I had a full-time job and a part-time job, just working about 4 days a week. My salary for teaching started out with $42,000. Okay. Please know that's a huge jump. Faculty do not make a lot of money unless you are at a doctoral level and you are writing grants that will help your income. That's not paying you a lot. When I came to Virginia, and I was working at Virginia State University, they started me out at 60. So that's still way less, because I could go to a hospital. This was before COVID. They started me out in the 40s. So I'm like, teaching is a pay cut. But the difference is I had June and July, the summers off. Oh my Lord, I missed some summers. And I had Christmas, 2 to 3 weeks, depends on what the schedule was. And then, we had spring break. So, you had more time off, but wow, that's a big cut to go from 90-some thousand as a travel nurse to 42,000 a year. That, ouch. So just throwing that out. And then I had, my student loan for my master's was $25,000. So, and of course, with a doctorate, I didn't get any raise because I'm not an MP. So I didn't get any raise, but I had the flexibility to teach and to also do education. And then also, if I wanted to do some things to start a business, but I did. I'm so grateful I went into case management. I had always wanted to do case management. And, I ended up starting my own home care agency, So, I have that going on, and I've had that for 5 years, working on acquisition. Hopefully very soon I will be free and I'll be able, but I'm going to start another business. But so those are some things. I mean, I have a doctorate, but nothing that I'm doing, I needed it for, but I have it and I enjoy it. And it's been a good inspiration for my children, because I remember when I went to my graduation for my doctorate, my children, when I came off the stage, my children were like, Mom, I want to be called doctor too. So I got my 2 boys just graduated from Virginia State in pre-med, and I got one studying for the MCAT, and I got one that scored 70 on the HESI. So now he's going to nursing school first, but his girlfriend she's graduating with her pre-med this May coming. So she's going straight to medical school. And then he's like, I'm going to get my nursing so I can help her when we get married. And so I'll get my nursing first, and then I'm going to go to medical school. So my second son, he's always wanted to go to medical school. He wants to be an anesthesiologist. He's a quiet one. He doesn't like talking. So my oldest boy is the social butterfly. So I think I'm getting him into maybe cardiology, but he's saying he might do anesthesia too. So we'll see. And then my daughter was a CNA, and then she got her med tech. I was going to get her in the LPN school, and she decides she's going for sonography. So I was like, okay, so she's in school for that. And she's like, Mom, I don't think I'm ever going to do nursing. I don't think I want to be a doctor at all. I'm like, okay, well, I got 2. So, and then, I'm trying to help them as much as we can while they're in school. So, just throwing that out, that could be inspiration. I don't know what's going on your end, but that's how I'm looking at it. So did you want to say anything more about the student loans?
Student loans, crazy, girl. I just feel bad for people. And, I just hope that this don't deter too many people. I know it's going to deter some people. I hope it don't deter too many people. I was talking to a girl last night. She was like, Dina, I'm done. I don't even want to be an NP no more. I'm just over it. I'm like, oh my God, because you're right about what you said about the salary. A lot of nurses, at least in California, where I live, is discouraged on getting a DNP and NP because depending on where you work, especially for us at Kaiser, it's not much more pay. And you'd be surprised to hear that. But a lot of the nurses that did go back and get their NP and DNP, they're still working on the floor as staff nurses because you make more money.
Well, that's ironic. Here in Virginia, I had my DNP. I just wanted to work as a staff. I normally always kept a part-time job. I worked at a nursing home part-time, or I worked at a psych hospital. Do you know these hospitals here did not want to hire me to do floor nursing? Every time I interviewed, I never heard anything from them. So I saw a couple of the managers at a couple different hospitals, like we're in different groups, because nursing is small. And I was like, why didn't y'all hire me? And they were like, because you might want to be the manager. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to go there, work my 1 or 2 days and get my check and go. I got other things out because I had my books I was working. I had my dollar line. I just needed some extra income. These people would not hire me at these big hospitals. I ended up working at a prison. Oh my God, that was traumatic. Because let me tell you,
at a prison too.
And let me tell you, the prisoners, the incarcerated, they were very upset, going, "Why can't we keep nurses?" And I said, I was telling them, I was teaching nursing at different schools. I'm like, why can't you bring nursing students here? I'm like, safety. How am I going to explain bringing nursing students to the prison? Because especially I took them to the psych ward. I had nursing students were so afraid of being in the psych ward. I mean, and it was too much for them. And I'm like, I definitely don't want to bring them to a prison. It would be too much. It's too scary because you don't know. You're 1 minute is 0 and the next minute is 360. You don't know what's going on. And it's crazy. So I told him, I said, no, you can't bring students up in here. It's too much. Now, the other thing I want to say about, if you look at statistics for nurses who are getting their masters and their PhD and their DNPs, it's us. It's the minority nurse who is getting more education in nursing. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, when I used to teach nursing and I was at an associate's program, I could not believe that the parents were pulling up, the students pull up in limousines. They have limos and flowers and all this stuff. I mean, they were like, I was like, wow. I mean, it's like they were getting married. And I was like, wow. I didn't even know that people did all that because I didn't even go to my RN graduation. I didn't even go to it. Because let me tell you what happened.
Wait a minute.
I didn't go.
Graduation.
I had to repeat. I was getting ready to graduate in May, and I was supposed to finish in March. They made me repeat the class, so I had to wait till May, and I was pissed off. I was like, I don't even want to. I don't ever want to see y'all again.
Yes.
So I never went to the graduation there. My master's, I graduated from University of Phoenix, and at that time they still had a graduation way over there. My children were 1, 3, and 5, so I couldn't go there. So I've only went to my high school graduation and then my DNP. That was it. Those are the only 2 graduations I ever went to. So, and like I was saying, statistics shows that when you give African American or minority nurses, they get their RN, they're going to want to be BSN. They're going to want their masters. They're going to want their DNP and PhD. Now, if you go to the VA hospital, that's all you see is us. More African American women and nurses run VA hospitals. That, you know, so it depends. It's like, are they trying to keep some people down? Is this like a little undercover stuff? You know, I don't want to, sneak it out.
About it like that.
Yeah. So you might want to just think about it. You
you on to something now, Dr. Nicole. Woo, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But you are right. Even the prison system, I worked at the prison system too. In California, they let the students go there.
Wow.
The students can go to the prison. Yeah, they do, especially for the psych rotation. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to start a psych program because I just got a call Friday from Napa, a state hospital, and Salinas hospital. They want me to bring some students there. So I'm going to go meet with them next week, maybe start a psych tech program.
Okay.
About to hire some more people. But that's crazy how the blacks do. They run the prisons and they run the VA hospitals. And I think that's part of just culturally to me, like, because we can relate to those kind of patients because most of them have psych, right? And we can relate to them because most of us do have upbringings and do have, psych issues that we deal with in our own home. So, it showcases in our work as a nurse when we're working. So that might be why we have a strong stature in those environments.
Exactly. So now I want to talk about these the ladies who went to the emergency room and they were turned away while they're in labor. Now, I worked emergency room for 10 years. Okay. Now, I was a triage nurse. I've been a charge nurse in the emergency room. Now, when I first started back in 1994, everybody had to come through the emergency room. The doctor had to do an assessment. I have never sent nobody home. I mean, I don't understand this option. You send them upstairs for further evaluation. Now, back in I would say the emergency room, they have some kind of policy that you're supposed to be at 20 weeks. You are supposed to go to L&D. You should not even stop. You come in the door, I'm such and such weeks pregnant, it's over 20, and they should be calling L&D and getting them upstairs. There's no reason. I cannot deliver no baby. I don't know nothing about birthing babies, okay? I only been there 3 times. That's with my 3 children, and I don't even want to go back to see my grandchildren be born. I'm like, look, let the other grandmother handle that. I was it was too traumatic, and it was too noisy, if you ask me. So my question is, do you have a background in emergency room, and what are you thinking? Because I saw on there, both of those patients were minorities. And I heard that the ones that they fired, the doctor and a nurse, both of them were Caucasian. So my question, and the other thing is, nobody's saying this because I know I worked in emergency room. I have the emergency room doctors that where I've worked at, and I worked at several, and I was a traveler. They are all contracted. They do not work for the hospital. They work through an agency, the emergency room doctors.
All of the doctors, yeah.
But they have, I've experienced this with African American and white ones. They get upset when you come to the emergency room with no health insurance. Now, my question is, did these people not have health insurance? Because this doesn't make any kind of sense that you're seeing someone this pregnant hollering and screaming, and no one says there may be a problem. This person needs to be seen. Nobody gave them pain medicine, a shot, something, Toradol, something, you know. So my question is, did these people have health insurance? And we need to go ahead.
That's a good question to know. But by the time from the footage I seen, she was back in triage. So as a nurse, you shouldn't be worried about if she got insurance or not. I know the front office people
I know.
have attitude.
I know, but no, the doctors. I've had problems with doctors.
Yeah, you're right.
They'll sit there. She don't have no health insurance, throwing the chart, and I don't want to see this patient. I'm not getting paid. They be throwing tantrums and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, you gonna see this patient? They're gonna be here till you get ready, okay? You know, and that's it. But I would not send nobody like that home, and threaten to call security this doesn't make sense. And I was like, does they have an L&D department in the hospital? Because in Florida, it's so expensive. There was a lot of doctors who refused to who got out of L&D because of the insurance was so high to deliver babies. And a lot of especially the rural communities, they lost the doctors the OB didn't want to be in there because it was too expensive. And they didn't want the liability, so they changed. It was a big issue down in Florida with L&D. Well, OB doctors not wanting to provide services. So like I said, I've seen them have an issue with people who did not have health insurance. And my question is, did these people have health insurance? Because it doesn't make sense why. I'm looking at these people. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, why? I would not have even gotten up and got in the stroller. I mean, in the wheelchair. No, I've been like, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna be right here. And you know, just to throw this out there, as an emergency room nurse, I've had to talk to people who are saying, they put my mom and dad out of the hospital, and we didn't order nursing home, and we didn't feel they were ready. And I said, they're bullying you. You have to make us and say, we're not going nowhere. I'm happy that you have an issue or whatever issue you have, but I'm not leaving this hospital. And y'all gonna have to drag me out of here. I don't care if you bring the police to the door. You can bring them to the door. You're gonna have to physically get me up, put me in a chair, and drag me up out of here. Okay. Because some of these things, you have to be an advocate for yourself and say, I need help, and I'm not leaving until I get it, So that's just my 2 cents. And I've talked to some people when they're saying, they're frustrated with the issue, but just throwing that out there. We are here with Nurse Nina. She has my theme song that I love to listen, Nurse Life, the anthem, the album. Because they don't even say albums anymore. But this album, so it's good. But look, yesterday I was with members of the Central Virginia. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Nurse Nina, come back on. We can't hear you.
Okay, it seemed like it was loud when my mic was on, so I was.
Oh, okay, yeah, they can't hear you. I'm looking at you. She's just laughing and yucking it up. But yeah, so come off mute. But do you want to say anything else about the ladies when being turned away from the hospital? Because I just want to know about their health insurance, because that's a big issue.
Yeah, that is a big issue. But I was watching, I was just devastated. It just took me back because I was nominated for American Heart Association about 2 months ago to help them raise funds for stroke and heart awareness and education. And we started the campaign, and 3 days later, we did a stroke walk, right? I'm at the stroke walk, girl. Within 24 hours, I got a call. My sister had a stroke, my baby sister.
Oh, wow.
So I fly to Las Vegas with her for the stroke, and I'm at the hospital with her. This girl, same kind of scenario, hollering and screaming in the yard. They have her in a, the new chairs that I'm old nursing to the new chairs they got that you press the bar in the back and you can push them forward.
Uh-huh.
She's in one of those, and I know they're very hard chairs, right? There's no cushion on the chair. And she's pregnant too. I mean, howling and screaming to the top of her lungs. And they just walking by. I'm like, why don't y'all lay her down on a gurney? Like, this lady is pregnant. She's going into labor. Nobody cared, girl. They just kept walking by. They said, oh, she's always in here. She's fine. She's fine. Girl, the lady had to get down on the floor, just like that girl did on the video, and went into labor. So I just seen this in real life like 2 months ago. So it is a huge problem. And both of these staff nurses were white. And I was advocating for her, and they was basically telling me to, go sit down, get out of their space, they're working or whatever. It was just very detrimental though to watch that this girl not get the care that she needed. So I don't know what's going on in the world. It's probably been the same way. We just noticing things more.
Well, when we got videos, pull out that camera and start videotaping. I've been there when, we got to start videotaping. And I mean, it's scary, but some of these things we need to know about, and that's the only way we're gonna know about it if they catch them on video,
Yeah.
So, wow.
And then continue to have an open dialogue, conversations like this to bring awareness and get together, and get out there and do something about it. That's the most important thing too, to bring awareness to people that hey, you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong.
Well, and then we also have to look at
everybody.
African American women maternal health. We are more likely to die, and our babies are more likely to die while we are in labor. So these people got to step it up. They may have to, they have to have an L&D nurse on call for that emergency room when these situations come up, because the ER people cannot handle this. They cannot handle this. Like I said, I was an emergency room nurse. I've had somebody deliver a baby, and the baby was still in the sack, and it was a premature baby. And I thought I saw the baby move. And I said, okay, let me call labor and delivery. We got to call a code. And they came down and they were like, why didn't you start CPR? And I was like, I don't know how to open a sack and take a baby out. And I'm in the emergency room. This is a preemie. This is like a 2 week, 20 weeks, maybe 18 weeks. I don't know how we don't have the equipment. I haven't had any training on how to deliver a baby that's delivered in a sack and cut open the sack and drain all the water out. And I would not know what to do with that because I'm not L&D. You need somebody got to be on call. So, and then with maternal health, we have the worst maternal health for in any industrialized nation for Black women. So this is really it's really horrible to see this, but I'm glad people are filming it and they're able to see. So they will be making some changes. Trust me, changes are coming.
And we can all learn from it, and just, if you are a Black woman pregnant, try to find a hospital near your area that has maternal emergency care, available. So part of, just maternal health, that education, that planning, that prenatal care should be the planning part to, okay, if something happened, where am I going to go? Do they have the services that I need? Am I going to be served the correct way? So, yeah, we got to start from the beginning and training everybody in prenatal care. And
correct.
It's just most of this is education, but a lot of it is people choose to be the way they are when they choose to go into nursing. They just, only want to serve a certain population of people a certain way. And unfortunately, that's how it is. In certain areas, it's like that. I see it in California all the time.
Okay.
So that's most of the place I've worked, I've been the only Black nurse.
Yeah, I've been there too. I have been there with that situation. So, well, hopefully it's getting better. We're trying.
Yes,
we're trying to integrate.
Get better. Like I feel like we're going backwards like 1,000 years. Like we were doing. I feel like things were getting better, and now I feel like everything is just going back a little bit, like back in time. Like what are we doing?
Now, did you follow me last month when I went on the Tom Joyner cruise party with a purpose? Girl, look, next year, I need a roommate. Okay. Now,
when is it? What's the time frame?
They haven't given the dates for 2026 yet, but it'll be the 25th year anniversary. Girl, oh my God. I'm going to tell you the best I ever had. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Girl, yes, we got to go.
Who was on there? Was it like jazz? Or
girl, oh my God. It was Cat Williams, Neo, Tyrese, Mary, Shirley Murdoch. Girl, you know, she tore it up. EU doing the butt. All these rappers were on there. Shantae Moore, Adina Howard. So many comedians, honey. We did church every morning. Oh, honey, it was something to do from 6 a.m. And then they would have the rap shows starting at midnight or 1 in the morning, honey. It was something to do.
Man, but I'm definitely gonna be there next year.
But what I was saying was I was there supporting HBCUs because 51% of African American nurses graduate from a HBCU. I did not even know that. I was like, oh my gosh. 51% of African American nurses graduate with their nursing degree from an HBCU. So I was there supporting us, these nurses, nursing students. Tax write-off. I'm supporting these nursing students, okay? So yes, thank you. And now I got a bunk mate for next year.
I will be there. Are you going to what's the one else I'm going to? Nurse Blake?
I went last year to the one in Orlando. I went to Orlando. I was there. Oh my gosh.
I was there talking about AI to everybody, girl.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you had a class?
I was supposed to have a class and then they didn't book me. I think he was worried that nurses, I don't know. So I'm in conversation with him now to teach for this next one.
Okay,
so
okay. And
I'm like, that's y'all lost.
I was there, but we had my dolls in the lobby. So you might have seen. We were sitting down in the lobby. I had a friend there who was monitoring because I was going back and forth to the classes. But I was there. Yeah.
And I was there with my crew. I had my son's an RN too. He works in the emergency department. I was there with him and my other son, Xavier. He does medical sales. So he sells all the medical supplies that we use in the hospital. And wow, that's crazy. I gotta ask the kids if they see the dolls. Oh my God. I would have definitely stopped in my traffic because I
was in the lobby. I couldn't afford it. They were very expensive to be a vendor there. So we were just in the lobby with the dolls on the table and cards.
I heard that. How much did they want for vendor?
I think it might have been $1,200. I'm thinking. Yeah, it was really, really expensive. But he has a lot of people and his boat sells out too. But I'm doing the Tom Joyner. I'm hooked now, so I'm done.
Yes, it sounds like it was a good time.
Now, one last topic I want to go over is I had a class with the Central Virginia Black Nurses Association yesterday, and we went over the book, The Unsung Heroes, by Dr.
I gotta get your book. I didn't even know about. Is that your book?
It's not my book. It's by Dr. Shelley Burke, and it's Unsung Heroes Nurses. And she did a presentation yesterday, and it was so amazing. She even has a Facebook page, the Unsung Heroes Nurses Facebook page. So if you're interested and you're a nurse and you want to learn, in her book, because this is a very nice book, they go over all minority nurses. They go over the Asian, Hispanic, they go over Native American, the Indian.
I love that.
Now, one of the things I want to tell you, I used to teach nursing at a TWC, that's a traditional white college, okay? They did not allow me to speak about the Black Nurses Association, the Hispanic Nurses Association, the Asian, the Native American. Honey, I had to go to the dean's office and have a meeting, honey. They said I was dividing the races. We are only allowed to talk about the American Nurses Association. That is it. And look, and come to find out, I'm studying to present this information to my students. And I was teaching about psych one day. Come to find out, I live here in Virginia, and they have Central State. It is the oldest psych hospital, and it was built for African Americans who are running away from slavery. So if they caught you and they didn't kill you, they put you in Central State Hospital here in Virginia. It was built for African Americans who ran away from slavery back before the 60s, honey. I said, oh my God. I'm sitting here learning all of this and didn't even know it's been in my backyard all my life. And another thing is, my uncle married Brigadier General Hazel Johnson Brown. Now, she was the first African American general, and she was a registered nurse. She is also featured in this book, The Unsung. She has 2 pages of being featured. This is my uncle's wife, Aunt Hazel, and she was the first African American woman to be a general, and she's a registered nurse. She was a registered nurse. She did die of Alzheimer's in 2011 when I first came back from Virginia to teach at Virginia State, because I wanted to go and talk to her, but she passed that same year. And you know, I do talk about her every day for veterans. You know, I'm a veteran too. I was in the military, and I went to Germany for Desert Storm, so that's why I get all these benefits now. I get to go to the VA hospital. And I'm applying for my disability, so I'm hoping to have that in 2026. Okay, so we have this book. It was really good information, and I do promote it to people. And because I know that if you're not at a HBCU, you're not being taught anything about Black nurses or any other minority nursing. You know, I'm here in Virginia. Hampton University was the 3rd nursing school program for African Americans in the country, and it's still running today. Spelman was first, and they don't have theirs up anymore running. So I'm just, I love nursing history and just, educating people about it. That's what I really like to do when I was teaching, and that's how I started. And I started my doll line because my children would ask me every day, Mom, what do you do when you go to work? Are you a doctor or a dentist? And I said, no, I'm a nurse. What's a nurse, Mom? There was nothing on the market. Back in 2009, it was women who dolls that did not look like me, with very long dresses and hats. And I'm in the 90s. We don't even wear hats and dresses no more to work. We wear pants. So we didn't have any representation of nursing. So that's where, and my children love Dora the Explorer. So that's how I started with the dolls, books, and DVDs. Okay. So, and this is my kids on the cover. This is Nicholas, Nathaniel, and that's Nicola. And that's us on the back. I think they were like probably 2, 4, and 6. So, come off mute.
So cute.
Thank you.
Playing music. I don't want to be too loud.
Oh, okay.
I love that you put your babies on the book. That is so beautiful. God,
well,
back in 2009, I can't even imagine. Wow.
And I'm teaching nursing now. I can't explain it to my kids. I also wrote Wash Your Hands. First skill I teach my students and my children. So we got the dolls, and the books come with the dolls, and we got a whole lot of packages, other freebies. We have a nurse personality quiz on the nursedolls.com, and it will tell you what kind of nurse your child or you can be with your personality. So check us out at the nursedolls.com. This is our signature coloring page. I also have is Nurse a STEM Career. These are digital books that come with doll and STEM careers from A to Z. Then we have a digital diagnostic box, which is 30 pages that comes with the dolls also.
I love that.
Now, if they just want to look on the website for free and say, what can I get for free? Girl, I got you. All about nurses. This is 17 pages of activities from K to 2nd grade for our little ones. And then we also have from 3rd to 5th grade, nursing STEM. So we got free stuff. We got stuff that you can buy. We got stuff that comes with the stuff that you buy.
I love it. I am so proud of you. Wow.
But when I was teaching nursing and I was trying to find things about African Americans, I found the book, The Path We Tread by Elizabeth Carnegie. She used to teach nursing at Hampton University when they were a hospital diploma school. And they went from diploma school all the way to an associate's, a bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. at Hampton University.
Wow.
And I showed that book to my students, you know, and again, of course, you know, I had to go spend time with the dean. So that's why I wanted to come to Virginia State University, being at a Black school, so I could start talking about, you know, what Black nurses do, you know. So, oh my gosh. Well, look, we have run over time. I had only planned to do 30 minutes. We've been talking for 45 minutes, honey. But
you
look,
gotta do an hour on TikTok, at least an hour.
For what? To get credit?
No, that's just how they algorithm work. At least an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go some more. What else you want to talk about?
Do your hour, girl. Do your hour, girl. I'm just learning TikTok. I've been like researching about.
Yes, ma'am. Corey. Yes.
Learning from different people.
Oh, okay.
Talk about that.
Well, I was hearing about nurses were being laid off at the VA hospital because I was over there in May, and I was being seen for something. It was a checkup or something. I was running around, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I normally do a paint party for Nurses Week. I was like, what y'all doing for Nurses Week this year? They were like, girl, we just happy to have a job. I was like, what? She said, girl, you know they trying to lay us off. We gotta prove to them that they need us. I was like, oh my God. They're laying off nurses at the VA hospital because, you know, because I'm there all the time. So I know there more of the minorities are nurses work there. So they were like, I mean, and I still haven't heard. I'm like, what did y'all do for Nurses Week? I have yet to hear anything. Like they didn't, they were like, we're just happy to be here. That's, you know, we just want our jobs.
That's crazy.
So I think that I'm encouraging nurses to start going to entrepreneurship.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm interested in starting a nursing school and also at a master's level, start with a nursing entrepreneurship program. There are over 30, you know, businesses that nurses can start. And then who says you have to stay in nursing if you want to do a business? You have other options. I mean, I also do real estate. You know, I have 2 group homes. I run into a lot of people who are nurses who they're like, oh no, I don't do nursing, honey. I'm doing this real estate thing. I'm never going back. I don't ever want to do anything in nursing. I also got a lot of nurses who are doing case management, home care. You know, they don't realize, you know, home care is one of the ways that nurses become millionaires. You know, there are a lot of entrepreneurships that you can start in nursing that will lead to millionaire status. You know, this is life-changing when you do nursing.
I will just respond to the question about the layoffs because I'm one of those people. And I work at Kaiser Permanente still, but I got laid off in June 2025. I was at a coaching event around amazing millionaire entrepreneurs, what I call Black Wall Street. It's a group called TSP. They are truly amazing, Dr. Nicole.
I've been to TSP. I won a 6-figure and a 7-figure award, honey.
So I just joined in June.
Okay.
I love them. I can't stop talking about them. I'm so grateful.
I should have went this. This the first June was the first time I missed. This first time I missed since 2021. I'll come to meet you, honey. We're gonna do it together. We got
January. I'm gonna have an intensive there too in January at the TSP headquarters.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. I will be there. Yes, I'll put it on my calendar.
It's gonna be nice. It'll be some people you might want to meet too. Some good people.
Oh yeah, there's another nurses who are in the millionaire status that I've met there. When I won my 6-figure award, I met Tracy Lynn from Tracy Lynn Jewelry. She was an LPN. She sold Tracy Lynn Jewelry for $100 million. Also, there's some nurses out of Atlanta. They sold their home care agency and they're doing adult daycare and they're doing franchise with adult daycare. Okay. Then I also met, Black nurse entrepreneur Aviana. She was there. Aviana. And also Dr.
She is
V.
Amazing. Oh, I just love Aviana. Her brain, just how it works. It's amazing. So I saw her there at the last TSP event. Mm-hmm. But I was drinking wine when I got into Aviana. I was like, oh, I better not say nothing.
Now, and Dr. V, I go to her event. I've gone to her events 2 or 3 times. She lives in her events in Rocky Mount. That's 2 hours from my house. Less than 2 hours from my house. So I've gone to her event. I'm planning to go again in February. I've also gone to Tammy's event, who does Nurse Boss Summit.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I've gone to her events also. But they have a very large nurse community. When I won my 7-figure award for my home care business, there was a nurse and her daughter from California who do postpartum care. That's how I was like, that's home care. They help women have the babies and they take care of them after they have the baby for about a month or to 3 months.
I was
amazing. And she's producing 7 figures. Her business was 7 figures. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, it was just like, bells are ringing because I'm sitting here going, in home care, you can also do post-operative. I have people who want to get a house together and want to be able to offer home care for people who want to do those Brazilian butt lifts.
Who wants to do it too? But she's in California, she's in Oakland. She has a house and she just want to just do something with the house, but she's thinking about like when women get tummy tucks and stuff like that. She's thinking that kind of thing, but she doesn't know like where to start, what to do or anything. So yeah.
That is a specialty to be able to take care of those people. And then also in home care, you can have a whole segment with veterans. I can do veteran services. I don't have the manpower to do it, but I can do it.
Just open and have people run it. My friend has one and she's getting $5,000 for each one of those veterans. I think that's the minimum she gets.
Is that home care or are you talking about putting them in a house and offering them housing?
She has them in a house and she has caregivers there. So they give them their medication, they feed them, activities and stuff. Her house is really nice. She's been voted number 1 multiple times, and she only has one. She wants to grow too, but she's worried about scaling because she wants to be able to still give quality care. Mm-hmm. And so you just gotta let go though, and collaborate. Like Tyler said, right? Collaborate.
Yeah, they do have programs that they will pay you to house veterans. Because they want private rooms, so you're going to get a higher premium. And then you can also apply to be their caregiver, their personal caregiver. Now, my dad is a Vietnam veteran. He's 100% disability. So I get paid monthly just to manage his medicines. Now he is a case manager. I have to do his blood pressures and his AccuChecks every morning before I leave. So they have me on the schedule for that. But also, then my dad has a caregiver. He gets 20 hours a week. So yeah, because he has early Alzheimer's, but he's still driving. So he drives his aides with him to his doctor's appointments.
I love that.
So he gets 20 hours a week and they go shopping with him and they go to the doctor and I'm like, go in there. I need you to take notes and let me know what's going on, or y'all call me while y'all are in there because sometimes I can't take off, So those are some things. So yeah, with the veteran services is really, really good. But and then I do home care, which is the non-medical. I can also have a house where I can offer services to 3 people in a house. And that's been very helpful because I have a lot of people calling me looking for housing. Like we got a big plan this week. It's Thanksgiving. I'm doing my Thanksgiving on Wednesday because I will be at the big event. The Giving Heart has a event. This is their 25th year where they're feeding the homeless. So they feed anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 people. So I have my little sign out. I offer housing. And if I don't have a house, I have other people. I do a meetup once a month for group homes for Richmond, Virginia, Chesterfield. So we talk about housing the homeless. So we got a lot with the veteran population. We have, you know, I'm trying to explain to people. I said, when I go to the homeless shelter, I go up to the Salvation Army. A lot of people be driving up there. They be driving Mercedes and staying at the homeless shelter.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't judge nobody by their car.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here with, I'm seeing some nice cars over there at the homeless shelter. Okay. And a lot of people, I've gone to the VA. Well, I've gone to homeless shelter. They have people who work at the VA with their badges. I'm like, how did you end up here? Like, I just don't have enough to cover it. Or they're like, their girlfriend put them out. So, and then I see a lot of people who are there with a wheelchair, walker, crutches, or what have you. And people don't realize a lot of people are one paycheck away from being homeless. So say, for instance, you are in a car accident. You're in the hospital for 2 weeks to 2 months. And you have an apartment, you come back, your apartment is gone. Your furniture is gone. You can't even go back there because you didn't pay your rent for 2 months. So they come back and they end up in a homeless shelter. We do have a medical homeless shelter here in Richmond where people who can come from the hospital go straight to the homeless shelter, a medical homeless shelter, and they try to find housing for them. So sometimes I get people from that aspect. So, I mean, you would just be surprised as how many people are homeless and how they become home. Everybody has a story. So, you know, I try to talk to people and go out and visit. And like I said, this Thanksgiving, last year I went, but the only bad thing I did was I did my cooking on Thursday. So I got up like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I couldn't even leave home till 1 o'clock. So by the time, and this from 11 to 4. So by the time I got there, you know, everybody is leaving, but they were so nice and friendly. Everybody's offering food. They also had stations. They were giving away a station, just free socks, free diapers and Pampers for babies, free used clothes. They had a shoe station. So once they finished eating, they could go around and pick up items that they needed, you know, because I do Toys for Tots also. So with my Toys for Tots, and because I have a nonprofit, you have to have a nonprofit to work with Toys for Tots. So when I do Toys for Tots, I also give away, you know, turkeys. The last couple of years, I've been giving away 150 turkeys with the fixings. That's from the local food bank. I also give away new shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts. I have been doing shoes, but I'm not doing shoes, and coats. Last year, I know I gave away about 200 coats. And I start January 1 collecting coats. But I used to do it at the local flea market, and they shut all the flea markets down last year. So, and then I don't have time to go out. So this year I won't be able to do as much as I have been doing, but I'm still going to be going out and visiting and, you know, talking to people. And I have a list of people who are looking to place people in their homes. So I'm going to collect some of the information, and we have some giveaways that we're giving. Okay. Come off.
There's a nurse. Oh God, where is he at? I want to say Alabama. I can't remember. No, Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta, but his hometown, I believe, is in Alabama. And I was talking to him recently. They're having a big water crisis there, which I had no clue about. 90% of their water is bad. But he's advocating to, you know, help that cause. But he's also doing like a Christmas giveaway. He's trying to collect some nurses to, you know, just to make it a big grand giveaway. You should join us. I will, if you want to. But I think that's going to be good, especially now and the way the state is going with all this craziness with nurses and stuff. People in the uproar, it'll help settle some of the stuff down. I'm giving away some scholarships to my program. So I'm giving away to veterans, right? To veterans. I was giving away 2 for veterans for Veterans Day, and I forgot to post the post. I was like, oh my God, what a waste. But
still November, so you still got time.
Yes, right. So yeah, we're gonna do that for nurses. I don't know what he's giving away. He's a music artist now, so he's a nurse. He still works as a nurse. He was doing a lot of travel nursing. He even went do nursing in the Philippines too.
Wow.
So yeah, so he's pretty good. I like he's really involved in the community too. I think most nurses are. I just love that about nurses. That's big for me too for my program. That's something the students have to sign a waiver. They have to volunteer in the community.
Yeah.
Because that's what I stand for. You know, I want you to get back to the community.
Well, one of my local community college, they have an RN program, and a lady who's on my board for my nonprofit, she's the director. I went to the food bank, and they have a clinical section that they have to be at the food bank, and they're doing intake at the food bank. They're getting food to deliver because this one is a drive up. So they only the volunteers, they have a cart and they go inside, put everything on a cart, and then they come out and put it in the trunk of the car. So they had those nursing students working. I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. You know, amazing. I've had some students want to come see me. You know, I said, well, I do home care, so you can come with me to do some assessments and different things. So, I mean, my door's open. I'm trying to, you know, get out there in the community a little bit more, or even I'm thinking, you know, if I had some students who wanted to go with me to the Thanksgiving event. But you were saying he's having an event, or where is it? Is it online?
I think we're gonna do it online. I gotta ask.
Oh, please.
He's gonna be at the Atlanta event too that I'm hosting at TSP headquarters. He's gonna be there performing too, and he's gonna be a speaker.
Okay, I'm coming. Since it's gonna be about nurses.
As a speaker,
I can. What you want me to talk about?
Yourself, you're amazing.
Home care. I'm getting ready. I'm in acquisition. I'm getting ready to start a care management company next year. So,
are you? Me too. I'm doing one too. Mine is AI.
And then I'm going to add telehealth in 2027 under my Nurse Nicole brand. I have the trademark for Nurse Nicole. So I'm going to continue the goodness.
I am so proud of you. I love it.
But I'm selling it because but I'm selling them because my kids are like, I want my own stuff. I'm like, really? Your mother has a nonprofit, how many businesses, but you want your own? So I'm gonna sell it. Maybe one day if they want to learn how to do it out, you know, they would appreciate it more if they started it from scratch themselves. So I'm gonna do that. I would help them with that. So yeah,
I think that's a good idea. I just want to answer that one question before I know you're finna get your butt off of here. About the layoffs that's going on.
Okay, let's get back to the layoff.
I was working in care management.
Okay? Oh wow!
So I was working in care management. For a very good company, making very good money, and I was actually bringing them money. You know, care management, we get paid per assessment. So at least that's how my job was. So the assessment would be, we had a list of people that we had to call once a year. That I love this job. We called them once a year, and we had to do this assessment. This assessment was like a couple questions. How you doing? Any housing problem, food, you know, basic things of that sort. And then we would go over their medications with them. Do you have any questions about your medication? Anything new that you need to go over? And most of the time, because I would talk to these people, you know, the same every year. Nope, Nina, no changes, no update. And you just put that in a note and you do that care plan accordingly. And that was all we did. It was a very easy job. But for whatever reason, some regions around us would fall behind on those assessments, needing them to be done every year. So I came with a plan to kind of help them expedite the process, make it faster, quicker, and develop the workflow. So they integrated that workflow all around Northern California. And I started teaching the nurses like AI. We had a new AI software that we were using in Epic. So I started teaching that. And I'm like, God, I'm doing all this teaching. I need to be just teaching for myself, right? So I started thinking about entrepreneurship, start thinking about doing my own business. And then that's how my school, I was doing my CNA LVN program, but I started learning more of AI. And I started thinking about, okay, I'm going to teach nurses this because nurses need to know this. We need to get into this field. And I really just kind of blew up from there. But even you guys, with all that, me helping them build that curriculum, build that platform, teaching nurses, traveling around to different facilities, teaching people, coming in, traveling on my days off to teach people because, the assessments was a lot of money, so they wanted them done. And even I got laid off, and I was truly shocked, Dr. Nicole. I was like taking my storm, like, oh my God, is this really happening to me? Yeah, and I couldn't believe it. And so it was a big wake-up call for me, like, no matter what, like these jobs and our nursing career, they promised us, oh, you guys going into a good career, you're not going to have to worry. And the worry came, and it came fast, and it was hard for me. Luckily, I was already pursuing another avenue, before that happened. But if I was just, a standard, regular nurse, not pursuing entrepreneurship, being comfortable, taking care of my kids or whatever, I could have easily turned into somebody living paycheck to paycheck. I could have easily turned into, because it was a huge wake-up call, like huge for me. And so I thought about just leaving and letting the job go after that. And I said, well, maybe this is a blessing from God. Maybe I need to let this job go. And like I told you, I was at the conference and I was meeting so many people there at the conference that was like, when they let their job go, that they just skyrocketed. Their business just flew up to the sky. And I thought about it, but I was still scared. And I'm still scared today, but I think this might be my last year. So I was still scared. And I was like, no, I'm just going to keep my job. And I love my job. I love bedside care. I love patient care. But I myself was one of the nurses that received that layoff notice from Kaiser Permanente. And it definitely was a rude awakening for me. But I decided, instead of being sad about it and beat myself down about it, let me take the experience, let me take everything I learned from this, and let's make something beautiful from it. So I opened up my certified A-Nurse consultant program where I teach nurses AI, how to make money with AI, how to do all this stuff with AI. It's just crazy. But the most important thing I did is just giving myself safety nets, like opening up different businesses, making sure that I have money here, money here, money here. That's going to all flow
multiple streams of income. Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did a talk the other day with Virginia State students and talking to them about coming into nursing. And I reminded them, nursing is the first career of the African American woman. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know that. Because think about it. That's how we paid for our freedom from slavery, the art of nurse midwifery. And I was telling them, I was like, there was a movie back a few years ago called The Book of Negroes. And it started out with this, they were in Africa and they were being captured for slavery and they were on the ship. And it was a little girl who was the lead character. She was about 10 or 11. And her job was to go around and catch the babies of the women who were pregnant. And she would learn how to make sure the babies get fed and do the assistance and helping them. And then when she got to America, that's what she did. That's how she bought her freedom. It's the art and science of nurse midwifery that she learned as a trade on a slave ship while coming to America. And I tell people, I was like, nurse midwifery is the first career, because think about it. We didn't start really practicing in a hospital until 1960s. And that hasn't been that long. I mean, that's been what? Maybe for 60 years, 60, 70 years? That's not a long time that we just transitioned to depending on a hospital. Nurses have always been independent contractors. And we have so many skills, we can do it ourselves. So maybe, just maybe, this is a blessing in disguise that we got to take that jump, the leap. And it's about nursing, doing entrepreneurship, owning your own time, being your own boss. It's hard sometimes, because let me tell you, it's hard. But I love it, because right now you're talking about we're planning a trip in January. I can tell you right now, girl, I'm gonna be there. We planning a trip for the Tom Joyner to support these students in HBCUs, which 50% of African American nurses have their nursing degree from an HBCU. So we're planning that trip now. So, okay, yes, entrepreneurship is a good thing. It's hard. It was hard to leap for me. I was able to leave. I just couldn't. I was afraid. What was holding me back? Health insurance. I was afraid of, where am I get the health insurance? How am I get health insurance? And really, as a veteran, I don't need health insurance. I get 80% or 100% at the VA hospital. I'm just having health insurance for my kids. So really, I'm almost, I'm going to be able to phase them out there in a couple of years. So, I support nurse entrepreneurship, and maybe, just maybe, this is a wake up call. Plus, you never know, COVID may be coming back, and it's going to be worse. Okay, come off. We can't hear you. She's on mute. Come off.
I didn't know I was on mute. My husband
Yeah.
loud.
Oh, okay.
In the chat, can you bring somebody else up or just two?
Who wants to?
She's bomb.
Who?
The kiddo nurse. Kiddo nurse. You want to come up? I just love her. She's
Who's
amazing.
kiddo nurse?
Kiddo nurse.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. I saw a heart thing popping over my head. I didn't know what that is. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. But thank you for teaching me, because I need help.
Yeah, me too.
Well, one of the things I want to say about that is I would need help, like when I'm in somebody's room and I'm right there and I need to be able to say it and they type it up. And I think that would help a lot. Because once I walk out of the patient's room, out the door, I can't remember nothing. So that I would definitely say that is one way that I would feel supported with that.
And that's part of kind of what that is, that documentation. It will be able to capture your conversations now, and it's going to automatically document some of it. With Copilot, actually is in-house. So with ChatGPT, you can safeguard that too. It depends on the settings, how you train it, and what level of it you can get. So you can get an advanced level, and you can in-house ChatGPT too. But because so many people are using it and people don't know enough information about ChatGPT, they think it just goes out to the world, but it truly doesn't. But it can. So Copilot is actually, I don't know if I should say this, but it's true. Copilot is actually using ChatGPT, a piece of it, and they just kind of recreated the name themselves, but they are using a level of ChatGPT that you can house inside your organization, right?
Okay.
So that's the only difference really between ChatGPT and Copilot. And so Copilot is just integrated something so to capture the voice commands of nurses and to be able to help you document faster. So I think it is a good thing, and the way they keep it safe is because Copilot is only housed where so it's like you have the internet and you have Ethernet. Copilot, think of that as an Ethernet.
Okay.
Right, and the more you put in there, the more it's going to learn. So it is protected on that aspect because it's only in-house. So it's only for that facility. But that's what I train nurses on, that kind of stuff, how to understand that and how to train it. And so, like, they're rolling out this new process. That's something that will help nurses learn, and they can go out to other hospitals and teach other nurses. And a lot of times, these hospitals, they will hire you in as a consultant, either short-term or long-term, and you would just stay around for a long time. based on whatever contract you decide to get from the facilities to be able to train the staff. And as new staff come out, you know how they have when you have to go for the computer training, if they have Epic or Cerner or whatever they're using at the hospital, it's the same thing now with AI. Now they're having, they prefer, we don't have enough. So I'm trying to train the new generation of AI nurses to go out and be able to understand what AI is, first of all, and then be able to train nurses and healthcare professionals on a lot of these software tools.
Well, would that be with the nurse informatics? Would that fall?
No,
that's too
different. Yeah, they're trying to integrate them though now.
Okay.
I don't say I'm fighting anything, but it's totally different. So informatics is just like, it helps with the structure. They're similar in some ways, but they're different. Informatics helps with like, what would the patient say? You're more advocating for the patient. You're coming as a nurse, coming from a nurse view, and then you're talking to the tech people. This what needs to be inside this system, right? As far as artificial intelligence, you need to know how to train it so you can talk to it the correct way, and then you need to know how to figure out how nurses can use it safely for one, how patients can use it safely for one, how to speak to it. It's so many dynamics into artificial intelligence. Is totally different from informatics, but they're trying to merge them together. But I feel like they're two different aspects of nurses.
Well, nursing informatics is at a master's level, so yes, I guess they're trying to, bring the computer world into nursing and let people know it is important. We need nursing informatics. We need the AI with the nursing. So, well, thank you so much. We have surpassed our hour. Okay. I will start doing this now. Look, y'all need to tune in. I'm normally here Sundays. I would say between 12 and 3 we get on. Well, I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So 12 and 3. So please like, share, follow with me. I'm trying to get better. Learn. I'm just happy to see you. Huh? No. I'm gonna play Nurse Nina's song. Hold on, let me get it up. Hold on. I got 3 computers. Well, I tell you, you know what? I cannot get into the phone. Let me see if can I do that. Okay, here we go.
I just bought a new one too. All I want for Christmas is my PTO.
I know that'll be a big hit.
Yes, I hope so.
We are listening to Nurse Nina's Nurse Life, the album, the theme. It is on YouTube and on Apple. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for chiming in. Y'all support Dr. Nicole. She's an OG. She's doing something major. Tap in. And for y'all down today, do you have them on the TikTok shop? Corey, are they on the TikTok shop? Okay, we're waiting on approval from TikTok shop. So go to nursedolls.com, which you can see in what is it called? The beginning part. If you want to like, follow, and share, it's there in my bio. So check in my bio. We have the link. Go to the nursedolls.com. We got all these freebies for you. We have our 2 free workbooks, and we have 4 books to come and a diagnostic box that comes with the dolls. So check us out. The holidays are coming. Hey, we need more nurses. And the only way we're going to do that, we got to start with them small. I taught nursing for 10 years, and a lot of my students were 30, 40, 50, 60, 65 years old. I need some babies. To start coming in. So that's how I started this whole program with my children right here in the book. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm normally here on Sundays, sometime between 12 and 3. So check us out on Sundays between 12 and we've been doing this, about a year almost, 6 months? I've been doing this a while. All right. Thank you, nurse. 2 years? Oh my gosh. And Nurse Nina, thank you so much. Yes, girl, we got 2 plans. We're gonna be meeting next year. And I'm in your school. I'm in your school also.
We're doing passive. We're gonna be talking about I think care management today. The care management job I used to get. Some of the CNA, they have a lot of remote positions that people don't know about. So I'm gonna be talking about that today.
What time is that?
At 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Your time. Okay, because it's 3 something here. So
I'll put the recording in there too.
Okay, thank you. I'll check it out. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a nice day. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to be here on Sundays between 12 and 3. So check me out. All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. And let me turn. Bye-bye.